Hi everyone, I am Summer Hollis over here at Dora Properties, and I would love to invite you to a discussion with my partner Austin Reimers. He's amazing, and we're going to have a little meeting of the minds. We'd like to know a little bit more about you and give you a little insight about us and what we do behind the scenes and also directly for you. Austin, thank you for joining us here at Dora Properties.
Absolutely. Thanks, Summer. I appreciate being a part of your team and all the work that we have put into helping clients over the past several months as a team here. And one of the things that I really have enjoyed watching you do is when we go out to properties and we're looking at properties with clients, you're like in and out of every surface, every cupboard, every system, and it just reminds me of all the things that we're teaching to people through the buying process and the selling process. So what have you learned over the time that really makes you go through every single inch of the property?
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, that's a great one, because a lot of people go, "What are you doing?" And even the clients, when we go to show them, they're like so afraid to touch anything. And I'm like, "Honey, this might be your next home. Touch, look, and examine." Their next step, once they make that offer, is a home inspection, right? And we want to prepare our clients for the next step. And I don't want them to get locked into a home that they love and then they go and pay for this home inspection. And there are so many red flags that we know going into this. It might be an as-is, or the sellers won't budge on things. I want to let them know if it's going to even be worth making an offer on. Because I know their budget. We've had this conversation. We've built this relationship. So when I go into a house, like you said, I open the front door, I close it again, I play with the screen, I hit the doorbell, and that's just before I even walk into the home. It's a pre-inspection, right? So it's like I'm looking up and I'm looking down and I'm checking outlets and I'm flipping switches. I check all the waters, I'll flush the toilets and the sinks at the same time, and everybody's like, "What's going on?" Plumbing works.
Yeah.
So
no backups,
yeah,
right?
Right.
That's
because
so
I want them to be prepared for what is going to be on that inspection report and have things, floating around in their mind for when we're writing that offer. Like, is this something that you can take on if by chance we can't get the sellers to negotiate on these certain things? I want to eliminate as many negative surprises as possible.
Yeah.
And that, I feel, is a due diligence to my clients and ourselves. I mean, we put a lot of time into these inspections and property showings. So we're all about helping each other and being proactive more than just reactive.
Yeah, I think that's one of the huge things that people need to understand is that we're there to guide them, right? We're there because we've done it a million times. We've done it. We've looked through 1,000 cupboards and rang 100,000 doorbells and all those things, right? Every little system part of the house, we have the resources to help guide them, not only in investigating what it might be or the condition of it, but also being able to bring on vendors who can help them out find a price for what that fix might be.
Again, it may look strange to somebody that's not in real estate, or
who doesn't do it every day, right?
Right.
It's once, 2 or 3 times in a lifetime is most people's experience in purchasing a home, right?
Absolutely.
So what do you think that your years of experience lends itself to really helping guide those folks?
Yes, absolutely. Being born into real estate, mom being broker, dad being an appraiser. I mean, we did contracting and flips for a hobby. So, we know how to look for things that are not there. And I think that is the most important. When going to home search, we see everything that is presented, right? So, we see the walls and the windows, but does that window open? Does the latch click? Does the toilet leak when you flush it? We're, again, trying to be systematic and proactive. We want to discuss things and give you, food for thought, right?
It's always going to be their choice, right? It's always going to be their decision, but ultimately we're there to provide that guidance. We're there to show them, hey, here are some things that are maybe an issue. You have these options in order to address that. What would you like to do, right?
Absolutely. So with that being said, on that point here, I had a client recently that wanted to buy a flip house. It was like, "Oh, it's okay if it needs work. We want to make it, our own home." And that is so wonderful. And their budget may or may not have accommodated for that. But when we get into these homes and we're showing them these homes that are flip potential, then you go start running through the list of what may or may not need to be done. They're like, whoa, that might be too much.
Right.
So that is when we start to build that relationship a little bit further by knowing your body reactions, how you're handling the information. We're calculating it all up here, like, okay, this might be a little bit too much. So maybe you need something that just needs updating rather than a full rehaul. Like, we need to make sure where you're at. And sometimes it takes us a first 2 or 3 properties to get there to see what you're capable of, right? So what you
How much you want to take on, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So is it just a matter of some updating here and there? Or are you good with rewiring the home, doing the plumbing, re-roofing? I mean, there is so much into home ownership, and it is a beautiful thing.
Ultimately, the client gets what they want because that's what they need, and that's what we have to kind of figure out and suss out so that we can deliver that for our clients.